Hello, my name's Ed Frawley. I own Leerburg with my wife. Another Q&A, and it's a good one that came in. Cindy takes questions and answers every day. You can go to the front of Leerburg.com, scroll down to the Ask Cindy, ask a question. You don't need to be a customer. But this is about a person that has two dogs that fight, and fight to the point where they've drawn blood. And the person wants to know if she gets a muzzle, if that can solve the problem. I'll read her question, and then I'll give you some of my and Cindy's advice on what we think. It says, Cindy, I have two dogs that cannot get along. A 9-year-old spayed female lab shepherd mix and a 5-year-old intact female German shorthair. It's hard sometimes when you have two females. I've always thought, and I've bred German shepherds for police service work and the biting sports for 35 years, that the fights that I've experienced, the worst ones were with females, not with males. That's just my experience. And I've been around a lot of dog fights. The German Shorthair was 11 months old when I got her. The mixed breed attacked her as soon as I brought her home. She responded by attacking the mixed breed, and they have been enemies ever since. Absolutely understandable. Usually, once a dog has been attacked by another dog, and this just happened to be, as far as this situation is concerned, this was a strange dog. She just brought it home. Once a dog has been attacked by another dog, that dog that's been attacked will be dog aggressive its whole life. That one bad experience. In this case, where these two dogs then go on to live together, they're not going to work this out. And a muzzle's not going to solve them. And I sell a lot of muzzles, like close to 100 different sizes and styles, probably more than anybody in the country. It got bloody a couple of times. Currently, the German Shorthair stays outside most of the time, and the mixed dog stays in the house. I run them daily, separately, which is good. And when they are in the house, they're hooked to the chains by their beds in the den. Probably not a very good idea, because they hate one another and they're on a chain, so they're frustrated, and they're in the same room, and they're probably looking at one another saying, I'll kick your butt just as soon as I can get to you. And the other one says, you try and make my day. That's not going to work. This works, but I hate it. There are no human aggression problems with either dogs. They don't have problems with people. I wonder if putting muzzles on them in the house would allow them to get along. Or do you think I'm just kidding myself? Yep. Answer, yep, you are. So Cindy's far more diplomatic than I am. It's impossible to know for sure, this is what Cindy says, but when dogs have a long history of being enemies, those feelings may never go away. They're always there. Muzzles will hopefully keep them from being able to bite and hurt one another, but it's not going to change their attitude towards one another. Very important point there. In some cases, it can make dogs dislike each other more as they become more frustrated that they can't get in and kick the other one around and bite them or attack them. If they've only been in one fight and you had tried the muzzles and lots of training with them together at the very start, their relationship may have been different. May, the key word, may have been different. That goes right back to once a dog's been attacked, it's always going to be a dog-aggressive dog. There are just some dogs that won't ever be able to live harmoniously together, especially after repeated fights. She said, I think the best you could hope for is based on your short description of the history would be for them to be neutral to one another. That's probably the goal you should set, is for them to be managed, kept apart, and neutral to one another. Cindy said, I could be wrong, of course. This is just an educated guess based on lots of experience helping folks with dogs and with a couple of dogs of my own over the years that simply just couldn't mesh with the others. So we've had dogs that are like this, a number of them over the years, and we just accepted the fact that we had to manage them. I don't think that chaining dogs in the den where they can be there and look at one another is good management. I think that's a mistake. This person should probably have 2 crates, and you really need to micromanage these dogs. You will always have to be afraid that someone is going to leave a door open and they're accidentally going to get together. And I'm not going to go into it here, but I've done a video on how to break up a dog fight without getting hurt. Go search on our website and you'll find it. So just to repeat myself, muzzles are not a solution here. The muzzle is going to stop these dogs if they accidentally get together, and it's going to stop them from really ripping each other up, but it's not going to make them like one another. It's not going to teach them that you better mind, I got the muzzle on now, and you better not do anything with this dog over here. That's not going to work. So the solution is to continue doing what you're doing and do a little bit better job managing the dogs. And managing just means every moment of this dog's life, you figure out what you're going to do with them to make sure that it's not going to get with this other dog. So in closing, one of the most recent online courses that I did, and there's about 20 hours of videos in it, is an online course I did a year ago on dealing with dominant and aggressive dogs. I would recommend that anybody that has a reactive dog or a dominant dog or a handler aggressive, people aggressive dog, take a look at that course, because there's a lot of material there on a lot of different applications. So go to Leerburg.com, search on the online courses for dealing with dominant aggressive dogs.